So I just hiked up here and it started to rain. I only had one flight, so luckily I brought my umbrella. That's my shed to protect the equipment. And I think this little cloud is gonna pass us. So I have another battery pack that I'm gonna fly. So wait up. So while we wait for the rain to die out, let me tell you something about my Dart 250. ZOD Dart 250. I don't know why it has to be three acronyms. But anyway, so this one has a Cadex Vista with a enhanced antenna because the one that comes with Cadex, everyone says it's crap. Inside has a SpeedyBee Mini flight controller. At the moment, I'm running it with 3S 850 cell, and I've ordered actually the 2 cell lithium ion pack that hopefully will arrive in Manadov sometime next week. The SpeedyBee is running ArduPilot as usual. That's my go-to firmware. And what else customization? I didn't do any customization other than just cutting out this little piece and printing a mount for Cadex Vista. I know, Jeff, you're interested in looking at this, so hopefully this will give you some idea. Um, the other option that I've seen is people have it mounted on top of the flight controller, but the problem I had that the cable wire, the camera wire was not long enough from here to there, so I kind of tucked it in close by here. Nothing special. The only thing I did is actually pitched up, let me see if I can focus this, pitched up the motor so you can unscrew it from the bottom, take it out, and then put some shims to pitch the motor like, quarter of a degree or so higher. What's wrong with the zoom? Okay, anyway, you get the idea. So after doing that, it's actually flying much better. It's not losing altitude. And what else? So the other thing is that the PID loop, I think I need to a little bit tune it better because there was no wind, honestly, but it's kind of very sensitive. The flight controller P gains need to be slightly reduced. So maybe when I get back to my hotel, I will change the PID loop a little bit, reduce it maybe like 10% and see how it goes, because the problem is that I have to hike up here and I'm not going to carry my laptop, try to, pit tune in this field right here that I'm sitting underneath the tree with an umbrella. So that's not going to work. So I may have to take like iterate a little bit on the PID loop. All right, this is the second flight of the day. So every time I take this plane out, I tweak a little bit here and there. So this time around, I feel pretty much good about this plane. So I'm going to go out about a mile towards Lake Zurich. And as soon as I start climbing and heading, I'm going to put my goggles on. And it's a straight shot. Right there is Lake Zurich. And, I've been watching, I subscribe to and contribute to Joshua Barnwood. And I listen to his podcast, and there's a lot of people actually asking him about long range and this and that. So let's talk about long range here. Um, so the way I set up my OSD, on the right hand side, you can see the battery voltage and average cell voltage right below it. And on the left hand side, on the top corner, is my RSSI link that I usually monitor. Um, those are the most two critical items that you have to watch. The third item I would say is distance to home, right in the middle, on all the way to the top, and the arrow is kind of like indicator where the home is. Now, one thing I noticed while making this video is the arrow is pointing in the wrong direction. It should be pointing backward, but maybe um, there's some bug or the way I'm flying because I took off, but now it's pointing in the right direction. So right there, let's pause this frame and you can see what I was talking about. So for the long range, make sure you monitor your average cell voltage. If it's less than 3.5, you need to turn back and come home. The other thing you need to monitor is your RSSI link, which is your RC link quality. So make sure that you're not losing your RC signal. As I make the turn, I was almost like a mile away, and I can still recognize the landmark, which is the dirt, right on top of this little hill. And by the way, down below, that's where my office is, and I am right in between where I took off from, the green pasture on the right-hand side, and down below. So I had to hike all the way up here to fly. And it's a great place to fly, actually. No one bothers you, and people are pretty nice. So I love the hike. It's a 30-minute hike with all the gear, but yeah, and hopefully by in 2 weeks I will move back to this hotel. Right now I'm staying in Airbnb, and this hotel was closing down, so I had to move, find another place. But I already have booked this place to come back to because it's really awesome. After work, I usually just go fly or sit outside, enjoy the scenery without any hassle. So yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and next time I'm gonna auto tune because you can see that it's kind of shaky in my opinion. It's too responsive, it's too sensitive, I would say. It needs to be less sensitive. And that's the triangular dirt patch. That's my landmark that I can see from anywhere else. How come there are no backpacks for fixed wing pilots who like to hike and carry all their equipment? That sucks.